All right, boys and girls, we are going to start our continuous line drawing. I like to call it the longest line drawing because when we use a continuous line, we are not lifting our pencil, or in this case for me a marker, we are not lifting it up off the paper at all. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate and you're going to follow along with me. You're going to be using a black marker for this. Okay, so go get that black marker if you don't already have it. And just pick a spot somewhere along the edge of your paper where you want to start and start drawing that wiggly line. Here we go. It can be a curvy line. It can be a squiggly line. It can be a zigzag line. It can be whatever you want. It can overlap. It can intersect. It can get tangled and weave and woven. But the goal is that we fill up the entire space. Now, what I don't want to see is scribble scrabble, okay? I am taking my time and purposefully placing these lines all over the paper. It might look a little bit like scribble, but it is not. And I'm going to show you in a minute what scribble looks like. The difference between scribble and non-scribble. I'm almost there, filling up my whole paper with my continuous line. There's a few more spaces that look like they're a little empty in here and up here. Whoop. All right. So this is our goal for step one. Now, what I don't want to see you do is something like this. Let me move this aside. I don't want to see you do this. See how much faster I'm doing it? Okay, I think you can see side by side how much better it looks when we take our time and focus on using a type of line. I was focusing on using the loop-de-loo line because it's my favorite. We are not scribbling, okay? No scribbling allowed. All right, so the next thing you're going to do is you're going to want to find something that has a straight edge, okay? I'm using the edge of a little notepad. Maybe you have a ruler at home. There should be a ruler in your supply kit that was given to you when a grown-up in your house picked up the supplies from school. And what you're going to do is you're going to create geometric shapes on top of your continuous line or your never-ending line, your longest line. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to use this square shape right away because why not? I'm going to hold it with one hand and I'm going to trace around. Now, if you want to do this in pencil first, because you're afraid that you might mess up, that's okay. Fix the edges if you need to. All right. If you want to use a circle tracer, we can't obviously use a ruler to make a circle. A spool of tape, a spool of string or yarn for this example might help. So I'm going to go ahead and use this as my tracer. And I'm just going to use it as a guide. I'm actually going to make my circle a little bit bigger. But it kind of helps me if I go around it. It's a little wonky looking circle. That's okay. No big deal. It's art. It can be whatever we want it to be. And I think I'm going to make a third shape. So you're going to make 3 shapes total. You can do more than that, but at least 3. And I'm going to make a triangle. So you're using a ruler or the edge of something that's straight, okay, whatever you can find. Everyone should have a ruler though, because that was in your supply kit. Mrs. Dooley just can't seem to find her ruler right now. So I'm working with what I have. No big deal. Just line this up. Boop. And there. And there. All right. So your goal is to do your longest line all over your paper, not scribbling. wavy line, zigzag line, whatever you want it to be, without lifting up your marker. And then using a pencil or marker, create at least 3 geometric shapes: square, circle, triangle, rectangle. You get the idea, okay? This is all you're doing for this week. You're going to save this somewhere safe in your house. And then next week, you're going to get to color it. And I'm not going to tell you how we're going to color it just yet. There's going to be a certain way. So don't start coloring it until you see next week's assignment.